Hello. How's everybody this morning? You probably will be hearing a lot of noise in my background because I'm outside again and on my front deck, not on the back yet. Uh, that's a little bit, it's getting a little bit warm back there, but hey, you know what? It's another day in paradise. We are here on this beautiful earth walk. So let us embrace the joys about being here on earth. So, couple things. Let's see, I pull up some of my notes, got my notes everywhere. What did I post today about the energies? We have one. Yeah, you've got this. Everything is working out. So we have this Mars in Leo and forms a positive flowing aspect to the nodes of fate, so that he's trining the nodes of fate. So he's starting to say that things are starting to move forward. So what's moving forward in your life? And looking at everything is working together. So pay attention to those who offer help and those you meet along the way. And these are your comrades. So there's going to be a lot of energy coming in of connection, of connecting with people, and taking that time to listen to what others may have to offer you, especially when it's in an offering of love and of respect, right? So there's that's coming forth today. And we also have, it's time to celebrate. So accept offers and agree in the principle. So I put in here, the god of communication is heading direct and ready to get things off the ground and moving forward after much discussion. So Mercury's moving forward. Things are coming into, it's a nice day. It's, I mean, the moon is going to be hitting up Jupiter and, moving through the Piscean energy. And it's kind of maybe a little bit out there. Maybe you feel a little floaty today because the energies are not very grounded. There's not a lot of earth energy per se. There's a lot of sparks going off, a lot of air and fire that's in up there. But I feel like it's like, um, there might be some rushing or wanting to rush to get things done, because of the Cancer energy. It's a cardinal sign. It wants to get going. So feeling like this rushing, want to get things done. Yet there is this part there that says, okay, we got to slow down a bit. Maybe we need to take a chill pill and sort of take a step back and sort of, and I kept on seeing this morning in the meditation for us, and I kept on saying, it's like to go and sit under a tree on the grass, throw a blanket out, go connect with the earth, get connected. And I think that's really a huge piece of this energy, because when we have some really heavy hitters in Leo, especially Mars, and we have that Venus in there. So it's kind of, I mean, that's very passionate energy, right? Because Mars is like, yeah, let's get going. And Venus is like, oh, let's just enjoy, have some beautiful ideas. And I really want to work on these ideas and get into my creative mode. And so we have this energy when the two of them get together. They're kind of passionate to get, when they're in Leo. So that we have that passion that's going on. And with the moon in Pisces and the sun in Cancer, well, it's kind of a, I don't know, it's just like that watery energy, that flowing energies, and things are just allowing things just to move forward. You might be feeling, there might be some anger. There might be, if you're feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, because if that is coming up because of the heat, because we're in extremes right now, wherever you live, there's like these extremes of where, we're not in the deep cold, but we're in the deep heat. So we're in these extremities of energies, right? And this is where these extremities can bring up things because you're frustrated, you're uncomfortable. So sometimes it's good to sit in that uncomfortableness and sit where you're feeling kind of blah and not fully engaged or connected. And that's that's another piece to some of this crazy energies that are coming forth. They're still looking for. I was watching a news conference today, and it was the one in Miami, and I found it kind of very disheartening, because of the apartment building that collapsed, and they're coming in with all the structural information, and there's just something that felt odd about it. But hey, that's just me. And anyways, in the news conference, I mean, these rescue workers, and God help them, they've been busting their asses off. There was a fire underneath, and they had to put the fire before they could actually get in there and do any of the rescuing. And I know the families are very frustrated. They want answers now. They want it now. And that frustration there about wanting those answers, wanting to have um, everything now, right? And there is this where she said, it's still not good enough. We know that you're trying your hardest, but it's still not good enough. And I thought, oh my God, like I felt very disheartened when I heard that, because that's to me sounding like, like the mother who comes in. It's like, well, you're just, yeah, you're trying hard, but it's just not hard enough, and you got to go that extra mile. And I feel like some of these workers have been working for over 12 hours, 15 hours, going through the rubble. Just think about it. You're digging up to find dead bodies that may not even be recognizable except through dental, right? So it is, I mean, that part, to be there, to be there is very surreal. When you're in a crime scene, or if you've been around something like that, it's very surreal. But the the empathy of it all, definitely. Now, what I felt, and I know one of Raylene was sort of like, she worked in the insurance. She kind of confirmed a feeling I had of it being an explosion. I think structural damage, yeah, there was there, but I don't think it was that amount. I don't think it was a pocket underneath there that sucked it. It just, no, I gotta know for that. But the bombing, yes. And the other thing is that it's a lot of conspiracy now, but see, conspiracies are being proven true, which is, a lot, because of, with these retrogrades, truth is coming out. Where was it Macintosh, the man who was killed in Spain? I really believe he was killed. I don't think he committed suicide. He wasn't. I mean, if that man was going to commit suicide, he would have fucking committed it a long time ago. He wouldn't have done it now. Like, that's just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you're like, why? I mean, but he had an apartment. They say he had an apartment there. So I don't know whether that's true, but the if he did, that means there may have been information in there, evidence in there. So that's interesting. That's interesting. So there's a lot there that's going on with that, and with that energy. So this is the kind of thing, is like, people like him more are going to come forward on bringing in truth. And with that Pluto retrograde, and it is coming up to the big square again to Eris, it's predators, McAfee, yeah. The predators that are, people are coming forward to reveal the predators. And there was an interview that he said about some of the people, like the arms dealers and the immigration officers and stuff, like the head of immigration, on huge accusations that he made against them, where he probably did have evidence on them. I mean, he said that he, to some of the secretaries, he gave out brand new laptops with his spyware on there, and the spyware was to find out about information on to see if there was a conspiracy on or something on him, evidence of the raid that they did on his place and killed his dog and stuff. There is but he said there wasn't anything, but he found information on other things. This is where when somebody holds, comes out with information like Snowden, and everybody thought he was crazy when I first heard of that. And it's like, at first you get into what the frenzy is and into what people are saying on the news. And they say, oh, look at this. This is like, he's a bad guy. And he did the WikiLeaks and stuff. And then you take the step back and then you start to look at it and you're saying, why would somebody risk their life like that? Like, really? When you think, this is where a lot of the energy is coming in and saying, the wake up calls. I mean, even for today's a day of looking at and of planting your seeds. What are your seeds that you're planting, and really nourishing them and coming into where are the weeds? Where's the, the good soil that you want to bring in? Where's the goodness that you want to bring forth? And taking a step back at some of this shit that's coming forward. Right. Andrea texted me last night. 98% of the Yukon is vaccinated, but they're going to shut it down. They're talking about shutting it down because of the Delta variant. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is where, when I'm looking at things, it's like, okay, you want everybody vaccinated for a virus that is man-made. You want people vaccinated for a virus that's man-made. So what kind of vaccination are you putting into the people's body when this is man-made? Like, and you don't, if it's man-made, you don't have all the information on what it's about or all the information on it. And that's the other piece to the puzzle here, right? So, I know some people are, and they're all, got their second shot. But I also know quite a few people after they got the second shot that they're sicker than a fucking dog. And, that's the other piece to this too. It's like, you're going to get really sick for putting something, again, alien into your body, and over something that you may get sick, but you're going to get over it. I don't know. But this is the kind of energy that's coming in. It's bringing us to show truth that's coming out, and the truth that's being revealed in the world around us. And how are you stepping into that truth? And Cancer energy is a crazy energy. I mean, it is rapid. It's going. It's this river, right? So we have this flow that's coming in with all of this energy, and getting us to see or hear truths, and some of the truths that we may not want to hear, right? 14 British Airways pilots deceased now post-vax. They were worried for deficiency. Pilots, yeah. Well, just think about them. The other part too with the poor pilots. What I was thinking is that if they're going up to 30,000 and they've gotten that vaccine, now they're worried about blood clots, right? So you got a pilot who might have been fully vaccinated, gets a blood clot, and he's driving your plane. Like, what the fuck? My cup says joy. My cup. I've been drinking from both sides. That's what I do. But that's the thing, is we have to come in and we have to haul in our energies. And that's what I see. So we're hauling in our energies for us to move forward through the doorway. But at times it's very difficult to move through the doorways when when we're feeling we're bombarded by so much misinformation, you know. And for for so long they come out and they lie to you, and then they come in and then they say, oh, no, it was true. Or so how could you believe them with what's happening right now? And I know July 1st we're supposed to open up fully, with thank freaking God, opening up. And then on here in Calgary, they're still going to have the emergency where you have to wear a mask, which I think is um, stupid, you know. And and that energy, our male person is here. So that's the whole thing. It's like this energy that's coming forward is that we really have to um, pay attention. Pay attention. So I pulled out. I found these cards this morning. Healing with the Angels. They're oracle cards. As you can tell, I've had them for a long time. A lot of my cards I've had for a long time. So I'm going to pull out one of these cards here for us, because I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down a depressing rabbit hole with all of this, because I know the energies are pretty good today, but there is a lot that's coming forward for people. A lot of information coming in that's bringing in a lot of truths, and that's where the shadowed reality, as I keep saying, is coming forth more, especially with Jupiter retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Saturn retrograde. With all of these guys retrograde, there's going to be some really crazy information that's going to come in about the vaccine. More is going to be revealed with that, and more about other crazy things. Children come in. Interesting. Children, playtime. Leo, yes, play. Get out there and play. Get out there and enjoy. Enjoy that time. And enchantment. See? So it's trying to, even the universe is saying we have to really come into alignment with the earth around us, come in alignment with the energies. And it's important for us to do that so that we don't go nutty. Yeah, golfing, yeah, connecting, getting out, going to the river, going for, I know it's going to be bloody hot here in Alberta. Love it. The sirens are going. But it's still up to us to come into a connection with all of that. And everything happens for us in divine timing. So the divine timing comes in. And so, connecting with our enchanted childlike energy to create and bring in that creating part for us. So one thing that's been really beneficial for me is my morning meditations with my girls. And we start a new one on July 5th. So if you want to join us, please join us. And they are that just coming in, and we tune Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, and we come in and we do our toning and our tuning in and connection. And then we do our meditate, we do our satnams, and then we come into a quiet meditation, and then we end with the long time sunshine. What's really beautiful about that, it really sets a beautiful tone for the energies of the day. And I love just stepping into that power of that energy for the day. And then for me, I've been doing yoga 5 days a week, and it's been brutal. It's been brutal. I got to admit, it's been brutal. It's moving my body in ways it hasn't really moved in a long time, and trying to connect different parts of my body together again. When I feel like I got big boulders in the way of me just connecting parts of my body together. But I find even though I'm about ready to pass out after it, like this morning, I was just when when we when we had to just lay there this morning, um it was fabulous. It was fabulous. I didn't really want to move from it, but I do it on YouTube. I do it on YouTube. Um, I'm not ready to share how I'm doing my yoga yet to the world. I want to get, although it would be a comedy, that's for sure. Maybe I'll do a little TikTok of me doing it in the morning, and you could see the me just like, oh my god, trying to get my breath and connection right. So, and this is, I mean, I've only done 12 sessions of it, so 12 days. And I've been doing it a little bit longer because some of them I repeat. Because if I didn't get it the first day, I'm going to repeat it the second day, try to, and then, then go on. So that would be a comedy hour, Dana. I mean, we're doing yogi bicycles today, and I was just like, okay, my elbow. It says this is what it is. Your elbow is supposed to connect with your knee. My elbow does not connect with my knee. There's no connecting elbow to knee when I'm doing that. It just ain't. It's just not connecting. The elbow to knee is not a connection for me. There is parts of my body in the way between my boobs and my tummy. There's things in the way, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta move all of this somehow, somewhere, and then I gotta press in this. I'm gonna call it my boulder tummy, and you gotta go like this, and you're lying on your back, and of course you're trying to do that, and then to do burpees this morning. No, burpees don't work with this body. I'm sitting there and I'm watching her do it. She goes up, she goes down, back, but jumps up, and then stands up again, and then down. I was like up, and then I'm down on all four knees, back, put my legs back, up. I could do 3 to her 8. And we did 4 sets. I think I did a total of maybe 8 out of the 3 sets. So it's one of those things, and but in doing that um it's reconnecting my body, right? And I'm feeling where at my age where I don't want to be another 10 years that I am not feeling like. I want to be able to sit up straight. I want to be able to move, and I want to be able to not be out of breath when I go upstairs. I mean, better than zero. Yes, thank you, Dana. You can cheer me on. Um, and that's the thing. That's the um, for me, coming and getting reconnected with my body. It's a big one. I mean, I've come to love my body. Like I love all my bumps and wiggles and jiggles and moguls. Like I always call my back of my legs my moguls. Like there's always been moguls. If you don't know what a mogul is, you got to ski, and as you ski down a hill, there's like these little divots. It's like going down my back of my legs. Um, but it's embracing that. It's embracing where I'm at. Where last year I really wanted to lose weight and I really wanted to get healthy. And I put some money into a product and it worked. It was great, but for me, it was a lot. And I felt like, nope, for some reason I fell off of it. And there were other part of me that I really had to get back into a lineup. And I think the punch in the heart really was a big one. And that was on the new moon. And so we're coming up to 3 weeks with that. So 3 weeks this week of that. And that's really about coming into that of change, wanting to have a change in your life. And do I want to, I mean, with my heart chakra opening up like that, and it still hurts once in a while, like if I'm doing something right, it still hurts, but I know there's a lot of releasing that's happening within my heart chakra, and it's getting me where, in doing what I do, that's why I'm not doing readings after 2 o'clock, um, because it's too hot. And if I'm going to do a class in the evening, it's probably going to be outside, like my tapping into your blue flame, which is absolutely fabulous. Part of that, and this is like, okay, you guys know I'm not a religious person, but it's gotten me to start to read. It was weird. I have weird dreams, but I had a dream about the was it Proverbs? Proverbs. And it was, yeah, the Proverbs, and starting to read the Proverbs, which is the Old Testament, right? And there's, I think, 25 of them or something like that. But anyways, just that's for my own self, my own thing. And but some of them make a lot of sense when I'm reading them. Some of them, I mean, you take in context of the time it was written, because it was written over 3,000-4,000 years ago, right? And so you got to take in the contents of when it was written. But some of it is like when you're reading it, and you know, if you're a wise person, you still have to learn, right? If you're a wise person and you don't want to learn, then, I mean, then you can become very sinister. And that's, I mean, and also trust in yourself. Like, trusting in yourself is very important. And you know, not to become bitter. That's the other thing, is like, not to become bitter with life. And you know, when people start to become bitter with life, start to become bitter with the world around them, it's that's when it comes detrimental. Like, yeah, there's a lot of crazy information, you know, with Miami, talking about the Yukon being locked down. Like, okay, how did the Delta variant come in there to begin with? And if you've ever been to the Yukon or the Northwest Territories, you could go for miles and not see one fucking soul. Like, you'll see a moose, you'll see a bear, you'll see wild animals before you'll ever see a person. A person. So I find that very, very interesting. So just saying, but you know, standing into your truth. And you know, as you hear information, you know, do your due diligence. Don't take everything at face value. Take a step back and, you know, hold it to your heart. Does this make sense? Does it not make sense? It doesn't have to make sense to other people. That's the whole thing. It's like a lot of, you know, when people are stepping out to make change, when they're stepping out to make change, it doesn't make any sense to other people. People will say, keep your mouth shut, keep your head down, don't say anything, don't get involved. But that's okay. How many years in Canada that we did that? And we're now noticing the pain of not paying attention, keeping your head down, and ignoring issues, right? You know, it's, you just can't, you can't do that. You can't do that, right? It's fucking stupid. All the flights that land in Anchorage, but that's Alaska, main hub for all the cargo. Yeah, that's in, but Anchorage, Anchorage, Alaska, I guess so. And then people going from, they got to go over the border, but the border's closed. I don't know. You know, that's true. Coming in there, I mean, they ship their oil to be refined all the way to fucking Russia. You know, and you know how wonderfully clean it is there to get your oil refined in, or no, to China. So they send it to China, like a place I need to go to. One of the busiest airports in the world. That's true. It is. That is so so true, Dane. I'm thinking of driving in Alaska or driving in the Northwest Territories because you don't see fucking anybody for. Sorry, I shouldn't swear about that, but you're just driving along, and it's just road on road on road, and you just go and go and go and go. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So, sounds like a place I need to go and recharge. Yes, I mean, if you go up there in the spring and the summertime, it's beautiful up there. It's beautiful energy, right? Uh, Lisa's like all into it. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to be around humans. A few polar bears. You got to go further for the polar bears. You'll get polar bears in northern Manitoba and stuff. So and those things are huge. Those things are huge. But it is about getting out there and playing. You don't want to go play with the polar bears though. Mosquitoes are big, so are the black flies. Black flies are horrible. They're worse than mosquitoes because they take bites out of you. So this is why I don't live there. Nor will I ever live there. In Penticton, we had no mosquitoes. Maybe when you go up way out there and go camping, but there was more mosquitoes here than was in when we were in BC. So let me pull out another card. There. 5 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so we got to get into the children. We got to get into the play because the 5 of Pentacles reversed. It's like the Tower card. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but maybe you're holding things on so heavily that you do need to get out and get connected and find that innocence in life and find that. I'm watching this robin that's in. Well, now he's in the middle of the road. But he's hopping around here, going from garden to garden, and coming into that energy of just playing, right? And the Hermit card comes in with the enchantment. So take some time to go within. The enchantment energy is really an energy of going in and playing, going in and connecting, right? Recapture the child's sense of wonder and awe in the view of the world of magical. So maybe you need to take some reflection or take some time inwardly to find that child connection. This is all about divine time. See, it's people get so hung up. It's got to be now. And here we come into this energy of saying it's divine timing. Let's come into the play. Let's enjoy. Let's, go mow our lawn, go weed the garden, go and connect in some way with the energies. Butterflies just going by. How many times when you were a kid that you chased a butterfly, right? I remember as a little girl that we'd be outside and friends of we played in a cul-de-sac. I lived in a cul-de-sac, and I remember it was just me and a couple other kids. Eddie Bellando was my boyfriend. He was mine. Anyways, I was 5, 6. He's my boyfriend. But that connection of connecting, just going out and having fun, right? So it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful time for us, and the guardian angels are there with us. So we have guardian angels. So our guardian angels are there for us, and the King of Wands is reversed. So maybe we're finding a dampening within our passion and getting things going. So we have to go inward and play a bit for that divine timing to come in, because the King of Wands can be he's fire, right? So that's Leo energy coming out strong and bold, and Mars in there. Mars in Leo is kind of like, that's a lot of energy that is fixed. So we got this masculine fixed energy that is just beginning to really wanting to burst, right? And I think within a couple of weeks with him sitting there's going to be an explosion that's coming in. with that energy that we just gotta do this. And the guardian angels being there is watching over us, guiding us. This is a beautiful, beautiful picture. Look at that. Sitting there, she's all very upset. And you can be upset with everything that's happening in and around and looking around. But our angels are there. Our angels are there. The angel, again, Metatron keeps coming in. So I know he's a very strong influence right now around me. So asking him to come in and guide us through the sacredness, guide us through what we need in guidance, because we can trust God, but we can't trust man. We can trust God, but the thing is that in trusting God or your goddess or your angels, in trusting God and your angels is trusting that is within you. That's what it is. And we have been taught not to trust ourselves. And this is a time that is teaching, or we're reteaching, we're learning to really trust ourselves. Metatron. So yesterday evening was hot, but watering and weeding the garden was absolutely amazing. Way to take your, just to, we don't really have a garden this year, but I am going to weed the garden, definitely. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Metatron. Metatron. Sounds like a transformer. Sounds like a transformer. If you took the Angel Alchemy course, you know that Metatron will be, he comes up and he's right beside Uriel. So Metatron comes in right beside Uriel and coming in with the sacred geometry and the energies of the sacred geometry. So we have that energy that's coming in. And the Archaea. Oh, I can't remember the Archaea. I don't have my notes right here in front of me. But the Archaea is there also. His Archaea. But connect today. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But come into that oneness. Let's do one more card. One more tarot card here. See? Trust. Yes. Know that you are being guided. Trust in the knowledge that you have. You are guided. There is secret knowledge within you. You got to trust that secret knowledge that is within you. So, my loves, we have the meditation starts July 5th. If you want to join me for this meditation, it is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a really beautiful one. That'll take us all the way to the end of July. And tapping into your power and your blue flame. If you want to join me for this transformational time, definitely. It's going to be freaking awesome. It's going to be awesome. So sending you guys out with so much love. Have a glorious day. Get out there in the golf course, get in your garden, get connected with nature in some way. Listen to the birds. And have a blessed day, everybody. And if you are wanting to book in some spiritual counseling courses, definitely hit me up and we'll get you going with everything. Have a blessed one, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.